So today I got error code 42069 noise. Please contact your system administrator. Have you updated your browser recently? Might be time. On the cuttingroomfloor.net webpage for Rust Legacy, which has never happened before. Here's a stack of archives that were made over many, many months or even years. And you can look for all of them under tcrf.net/asterisk. One of the quotes from one of his responses or explanations about why this might happen was, anyone can still use any old browser, even on Windows 98. And then he has this response that's very similar to a Cloudflare snobbery thing. So I went looking for an explanation. I also went ahead and decided, since it's acting like it's not accessible, my go-to behavior if I can't look at a page because they're being a snob about my browser, which is what this is strongly indicating. Dear the cuttingroomfloor.net admin, if you want to look like a snob, you've succeeded. If you don't want to, just explain what the problem is. It says something about the browser. That's all it is. You're not doing anything else here. And this is just trying to open the page. Yes, this is extra stuff I added in here. Those are the archives of some of the pages and content. And immediately I went ahead and said, okay, well, I'll just look at it using an archive. I'll just archive it, see if it shows up. Because that way I can get the archive.today or archive.org to give me a copy of the page, and it'll just show me whether or not it's blank or broken. I didn't know if the website had been taken over. An error code 42069 is not a professional statement. It's not a real error code. And it tells me somebody is playing a joke. This is not what you put up if you want people to know there's something serious going on. So let's move forward. The cutting room floor 403 forbidden. This is what happened when I tried to archive one of the pages. And I found out that that's happened repeatedly since the beginning of the year. You've been blocked from accessing the site. You are not allowed to access this now or maybe ever. This may be due to the following reasons. And here we go. You are found to be acting in a way that negatively impacts others at the use of the website, automated scraping tools, etc. It's a bot thing. You're using a VPN or proxy. That shouldn't cause us to be blocked. That should not be on your list. Using a known abusive user agent or browser. No, you mean it's a scraper and it's IDing itself as such. I'm just using Firefox, and I was using it without it obfuscating what it is. You're attempting to access non-public data. I wasn't doing that. You're a badly behaving or unwelcome bot. bingbot, yandex. Oh, you mean search engines that are archiving. Okay, if it's badly behaving, then archive.today could be the reason. That's fine. But this happened before I went there. I was just reading the page. You're using a badly behaving extension. Imagus, anything trying to load every single version of file in the background. No, that wasn't me. If you were able to view the pages before and this error message has suddenly appeared in place of what you were expecting, make sure you're not running any extensions or tools that are attempting to download everything at once. You're not being specific. Everything on that page, everything on any subpages. It is possibly I manually blocked you. Well, you didn't because I found out you didn't. It might be removed soon. If not, well, sorry. If this page has always appeared, it's likely not a lot you can do. If you're using a VPN, turn the VPN off and try again. Oh, and it says long-running DDoS attack. Versus what you should have said. The cutting room floor, 403 forbidden. You've been blocked from accessing the site. Please go ahead and use the login page, which should be excluded from this. Login people don't get blocked. You didn't put that on any of these error pages. The previous one basically pisses and moans about me using older browser. And this one pisses and moans because I used an archiver to try to look at the page through a method that should be allowed. The archive today, for instance. Let's move on. Cutting room floor 404, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, what about the VPN and try again, blah, blah, blah. Okay. On my default user agent Firefox 91 on Windows 7, 64-bit Ultimate, I got error code 42069, which is a joke code. I should never take this seriously, and no one should assume it's really a real code. Have you updated your browser recently? This is browser snobbery. You're using a known abusive user agent or browser. You're not telling us which ones those are. I solved this, oddly enough, by telling Firefox 91 to fake being 128, and the page loads just fine. But again, on your own page, you said on the page explaining this and telling us why this is happening, you said anyone can still use any old browser, even Windows 98, even on Windows 98. And that is obviously not true, because you're demonstrating with an error message, you are stating that you're going to be a browser snob. If you're not being a browser snob, if that's not what you really meant, get rid of this error message and put up a real error code. Error code, whatever it is, please use an updated browser, or you could actually see what's really going on. People are emulating older browsers, trying to sneak under the radar. You haven't mentioned anything here. So we have two different messages here. Again, the cutting room floor admin, which is just a single person trying to run a website, is blocking people using older browsers, period, full stop, and that's it. So I'll fake being a newer browser. That's fine. And or the website's under long-running DDoS attack, but you mention things that aren't really used for DDoS most of the time. Now, what this has actually done is that large language models are scraping the website and stealing data, and that's it. Now, I'm going to give them, if you're watching, another idea. You can set up your website to deliver a pure text-only version of the website. I think you use Deflate or some other compression. I forgot the compression you use, to where it dumps a compressed version, and always they get that copy. For every search engine, they get a compressed text-only version of it. Completely eliminate anything that takes up a lot of space. Instead of this being a DDoS attack, this is literally web pages or large language models or AI bots trying to learn by scraping your data and using it for their really shitty, coked up answers. Now, what am I going to do after this point? Number one, obviously, I'm just going to lie to the website and say I'm using a newer browser. Number two, don't act like Cloudflare. Don't ever go full Cloudflare. Don't ever be a snob on the net, okay? Next, my suggestion. Replace that stupid error message saying you have to log in. If you're demanding login, we understand. Next. Until you demand login, I'm going to manually, very slowly and very carefully archive all of the Rust legacy content on your website, because that's all I want right now. And I'm going to archive all of the older versions of the pages that are in your archive, because you have data that I can't find anywhere, and some of it has very poor or incorrect explanations in it, which is really, really infuriating. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. You'll all need it. And yes, this is a video about a website administrator deciding to be a snob about browsers or something, and leaving it ambiguous enough. I'm not even sure if that's true. Bye.